Hi, my name is Amari Kweli, aka Mr.MsPacMan. If you don't believe me, here we go. I had to just let you know before I get started. Mr.MsPacMan, the number one Miss Pac-Man player in the world for fast speed arcade cabinets. See that? Mr.MsPacMan, Amari Kweli, number one. That's on a very credible website. All right, number one. So with that said, I want to let you know that you are watching this video because you're doing a great job as a vegetarian restaurant. I asked this link to only be shared with people who own restaurants, who are decision makers at restaurants, who only serve vegetarian, gourmet cuisine, or products or things of that nature. So only the best. So if you're watching this right now, it's because someone thinks very highly of you. With that said, I want to let you know that you are now, as of this very moment, watching this video, part of my story. Now, what does that mean when I say part of my story? Well, Mr.MsPacMan is more than just a character on my shirt. Mr.MsPacMan is on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I am Mr.MsPacMan. I'm the one playing the arcade game. But when you see this, you know that Mr.MsPacMan is way bigger than me. Now it's a brand. Now, one of the things that I'm doing to promote the brand, and this is where you come in, is I need a support group in the story itself. Now, what do I mean by story? Well, there's an actual story that I wrote called The Chase for the Kill Screen. Now, in this story, it's a short story. It's also a hip-hop musical, The Chase for the Kill Screen. Now, in this story, I introduced something called trilateral parallel processing, which is a big scientific word that basically means three thought streams at the same time, simultaneous processing of three different thought streams. Now, I'm not going to get all scientific with you guys, but if you're watching me play and if I'm performing this while playing Miss Pac-Man, in essence, what you'll see me doing is you'll see me doing something called balance in motion, where I'm balancing the play ball in the back of my hand. That's something that took me a very long time to learn. And I'll also be playing Miss Pac-Man. So playing Miss Pac-Man is the first thought stream. Balance in motion is the second thought stream. And then I'm also a hip-hop artist. So I will be performing tracks off my Mr.MsPacMan hip-hop mixtape. That's why I'm telling you it's a hip-hop musical. So we got to this part of the story. It's very important. Where does Mr.MsPacMan in the story itself get his support from in order to chase the kill screen? Because chasing the kill screen is very difficult. I don't want it to be a spoiler and me tell you what the story is, and we'll be here for a long time if I did. I only want to use up one more minute of your time. So chasing the kill screen is what I'm pursuing, but I need a support group. I thought to myself, well, who would be the best support group, Amari? You're a vegetarian, soon to be vegan, more than likely. So the best support group for me would be the vegetarian market all over the country. And not just the vegetarian market, but the cream of the crop, the best in the vegetarian market. Because when I tell people how I'm doing trilateral parallel processing, I'm also informing them that it's meditation that got me there, but it's also diet that got me there. Drinking clean, alkaline water as much as I can, eating a healthy vegetarian diet. So during the show, what I'm doing is I am reinforcing this concept of doing three things simultaneously. And that's also reinforcing in many ways the vegetarianism, the veganism that is our lifestyle. So I decided that if there's going to be a support group for me in the story, it's going to be the vegetarian community itself. So consider me one of the ambassadors of the vegetarian community, but I'm not preaching vegetarianism. I am the output of vegetarianism. I hope that makes sense. So with your support, then I'll be able to write you into the story as a supporter. Now, what does that mean for you? Imagine Avatar, the movie, before it became a movie. Imagine The Matrix, the movie, before it became the movie. What was it? It was a story. It was a movie script. Even before the movie script, it may have just been a short story that evolved, right? So I'm at the very beginning phases of evolving this short story. But right now, it is a short story. It has been published, and it's getting better and better. So with this brand, MrMsPacMan, and with the Mr.MsPacMan story called The Chase for the Kill Screen, I'm offering the opportunity to you, the cream of the crop in the vegetarian community, to be my support in real life, which ultimately you will be my support in the story itself. I hope that makes sense. So imagine you have the opportunity to actually be in the Matrix as opposed to watching it. Imagine you had the opportunity to be in Transformers, in Avatar, to actually have your product in that story. Well, now you have the opportunity through me to have your vegetarian restaurant. Because you're the best, I want you in my story. So what does that mean for you as a supporter? Well, it's very simple. As one of my advertisers, every time I do a show, I have 140 blocks to fill. Each block is $5, okay? So, all I'm asking you to do is get a block. Now, you don't have to stop at one block. You can get multiple blocks. But in order for you to simply be my supporter, every show that I do 6 shows a week. Every show that I want you to be part of the story as my supporter. That's $5, 6 shows a week. That's $30 a week. Now, if you can do that, you're now part of the Chase the Kill Screen story. You're now part of the growing story that will emerge into the movie script. Now, let me add another layer to this, because this isn't where it stops. This is just the beginning, okay? There's more layers to this. The revenue that's coming in from you, my supporter, is the input to another layer in the story. That story is, how did MrMsPacMan take off? I mean, we saw MrMsPacMan doing amazing things, playing on the arcade game, but what really made this story take off? Well, it was started by the vegetarian community, but what really made it take off was the t-shirt community. The t-shirt community allows for the entire world to get behind MrMsPacMan and support the Chase for the Kill Screen. It's the t-shirt community that will receive 67% of the ad revenue that comes in. Now, you guys, the vegetarian restaurants, the cream of the crop, you guys are the fundamental baseline that starts all of this. Now, once the t-shirt community responds, as they will, and receives 67% of the ad revenue that you're giving me, the vegetarian restaurant, cream of the crop, then the t-shirt business will take over from there, because I have many, many incentives for the t-shirt wearers who hashtag MrMsPacMan on their social media accounts. Many incentives. They're going to have many reasons to take pictures every week and hashtag MrMsPacMan, as well as I'm giving them an economic way, an economic opportunity to also sell the t-shirts and make money as well through my t-shirt gang website. So there's a lot going on. Now, there's yet another layer that is on top of that. Now, I mentioned 67% are going to the t-shirt wearers, that you are going to assist with building that group of t-shirt apparel wearers. But you're also going to benefit in another way. 16.7% on top of the 67%. 16.7% is going to nonprofits in the community that are doing awesome things for children, for seniors, for people that are homeless, people that are hungry, people that are trapped in poverty, people that need to get off drugs. There are a lot of nonprofits that need to be funded out there that are doing great things, whether it be studying cancer research, doing all types of studies in technology to make us aware of how it could harm us if we're not careful. a lot of things that are out there, and as well as my favorite, Make-A-Wish Foundation. I just really enjoy hearing their stories and how they give these young little kids their last wish before they return back to God. So with that said, I'm just simply asking you, the vegetarian restaurant, the cream of the crop, to see the vision that lays ahead. If I were to draw this out, your income will go towards the advertising revenue. 67% of that will go towards the t-shirt wearers. Those t-shirt wearers will hashtag MrMsPacMan. And you guys should know the power of the hashtag. And hence, this piece of the story will be complete when they ask, how did Mr.MsPacMan launch and propel into the public so visibly, so fast? You guys will be the reason. My advertising revenue for the Mr.MsPacMan Show. Now, this is all your revenue, and it all starts with buying a block. Getting a $5 block. You probably can't see that, so I'll write it here. Now, it's very simple to get the block. What are you going to get exchanged for the block immediately? Well, the first thing you're going to get is you're going to get mentioned at the beginning of the level. A level, it comes on a first come, first served basis. So you'll be in the actual show, the MrMsPacMan Show, which is then aired live on Instagram as well as uploaded to our YouTube channel. So you will be in the actual show. I will mention you. This level is brought to you by, let's say your name is Your Company, Your Veg Company. This level is brought to you by Your Veg Company. Visit their website at www.yourvegcompany.com. They make the best vegetarian burgers. You see, something that simple puts you inside of the show at the beginning and possibly end of that level. Now, there's some levels where I'll get caught because that's what Miss Pac-Man is. The ghosts are going to eventually catch you. I don't care how good you are. So if you get caught, what I'm doing next is those levels where I get caught, I'm allowing for those levels to also get promoted in terms of visibility on a YouTube channel and other media like Twitch and Facebook. You might just find yourself being promoted on one of those levels, and you just can't predict which level that is. So when they go back and they look at the reel, they say, let's look at the times that he got caught. How did he get caught? This is the #1 Miss Pac-Man play in the world, how he got caught. When they go back to look at that level, your business was going to come up first. This level was brought to you by Your Veg Company. You see where I'm going with this? So you are immediately going to be part of history, being that you are part of the Mr.MsPacMan Show. And then, of course, your ad revenue contribution, 67%, will be going towards fueling the t-shirt wearing individuals that hashtag Mr.MsPacMan. And that is going to be in the story of the Mr.MsPacMan movie script, The Chase for the Kill Screen. You will be actually inside of an actual story that evolves into an actual movie. Just because you agreed to be a supporter of the Mr.MsPacMan Show. So I think this is an exciting time to make your mark as a vegetarian owner, a restaurant owner, a vegetarian food provider to the public. You're the cream of the crop. That's why you've been sent this link. And I want to work with you to make sure that you're part of this story. So what I would like you to do is simply go to MrMsPacMan.com, and all you have to do is click the donate link. It's all the way to the right. Click donate, and you'll be able to specify in increments of $5 how many blocks you want to obtain. If you want to just pay it one time for the whole week, then you can go ahead and pay $30. If you want to pay for the whole month, you can go ahead and pay $120. You might just want to pay for one day, one show. You can go ahead and just pay $5. But whatever you pay, if you want to get on the next show, just keep in mind, I will reach out to you to remind you, you have a certain time to get that $5 block purchased. So if we do that and you miss that, then you might miss a really great show to be on. So in my opinion, my humble opinion, is best for you to just go ahead and either get the week or the month, so then you don't have to be bothered with trying to remember to get it the next day and the day after that. I hope that makes sense. But just keep in mind that you are going to be a part of a much bigger, expanding business opportunity. And more than that, so many layers you're going to be financing and fueling. It's going to be such goodwill and good karma for your business. You're going to be inside an actual story that's going all the way to the top. And I'm carrying you there. Amari Kweli, Mr.MsPacMan, the #1 Miss Pac-Man player in the world. Thank you in advance. Peace and love.